The XRP ETF has launched and the results are, well, you're just going to have to see. We'll also talk some XRP price action. How close are we to regs? Tether's helping the government. BTC is under 100,000 yet again. And a massive IPO listing that I know a bunch of you will be into.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
The market is melting faces. I mean wallets. Sorry, I just keep hanging out on Twitter and everyone keeps telling me we're gonna moon. Now, before we get into the massive IPO, I kid you not, I think most of you out here are going to be into this more so than the Yes Everyone Circle IPO. Before we get into it, you know the deal. You're the viewer. You matter most. Share your comments at the beginning of every video. Bob Meat says, appreciate the real take on the markets and news. Didn't take long to see through the asshats and to the moon BS, so thank you for keeping it real. Next thing you're going to hear is, oh, ISO is going to take us there. We need frickin' regs. ISO, nothing burger. Mitt Predster says, Klaus, my guy, is it possible that the crypto cabinet could work on crypto? The other cabinets worked on other legislations. Yes, we are 90% of the way there. But do you think the government is going to vote on crypto regs before they vote on funding the government? That would be a bad look, wouldn't it? And do we even have time to get the debates through? Great question, though. XRP boss says, I'll put my check into Pokemon. That's right. I asked you, what would you do with your $2,000 stimmy if it happens? I don't know. Maybe PSA has some stuff that goes on sale and I get another pew pew. Mr. Fantastic's hanging out and says, if I get 2 G's, I'm buying some altcoins that I've been wanting to get into. Oh, someone wants to dip his toe into the risky water. Well done, sir. Bitcoin, 98,549. This is the third freaking time in recent history that BTC has dropped under 100,000. This is not good. ETH, 3213, XP at 233, while BNB's at 916. Sol at 145. How? Everything is on mega red discount. Look at ADA at 52 cents. That is nuts. An H-bar. ETF didn't do a thing. Speaking of ETFs, we're going to talk about the Canary Capital ETF because that one did melt faces. Well, you'll see. Volume 193 billion, up 20%. Look at this. The CMC 20 index is down, girlfriend. Major bleeding right here. And yes, major outflows between BTC and ETH. 472 million in outflows on the 11. Not looking good for the market. But Brian Armstrong said he's bullish on getting key crypto legislation passed by the end of the year. He says we're 90% there. He says, I sat down with some Democrats and Republicans who want to get this done. We're 90% of the way there. And that both sides are working hard to figure out the remaining 10%. We're going to keep fighting for the future of crypto here on the Hill, Armstrong stated. So Brian Armstrong says they're 90% of the way there with the regs. The problem is the shutdown in the Senate lasted so freaking long that we might have eaten up all the clock. Because think, you still got to debate all this stuff, right? There's still procedural stuff that has to go on. And now, with the continuing resolution expiring at the end of January, everyone on both sides of the aisle are like, oh, we're going to be fighting here again soon. Yeah. So you think they're going to come together on crypto? I don't know. This is why the market's starting to poop itself. Because the market is starting to digest the fact that, oh, shit. 2025, we might not get any regs. Now, Grayscale files for an IPO. Yeah, I thought you would be into this, and I have that S1 filing right here because, as always, any article you see in this video, all my other videos, it's all linked to everyone in the description below. The public filing came roughly 4 months after Grayscale initially submitted a confidential IPO application. While the registration statement is not yet effective, it presents a formal move towards listing on the NYC, with the final approval subject to SEC review and prevailing market conditions. Grayscale's timing coincided with the SEC resuming normal operations following a 53-day government shutdown. That's the other problem. SEC has to catch up with all the business that's been going on. Yeah, just because the government shuts down doesn't mean the rest of the economy and globe shuts down too. No, business still happens. So Grayscale had to wait until the government reopened to, bam, submit their IPO. This marks a major development in the crypto industry, highlighting growing investor appetite for digital asset exposure in traditional markets. Now, be honest with me here. Would y'all get into the Grayscale IPO? I got to see what it comes out to, like what the numbers are going to be, what they're looking at price-wise. I will have all of this information as it comes forward in future videos. The Grayscale IPO ticker symbol would be GRAY for gray. And again, I've got that S1 link down below. Now, Tether aids the tie in the U.S. authorities in a $12 million USDT recovery. Now, why am I showing you this? Because how many times do you hear FUD out there about Tether? Oh, Tether's going to go under. Oh, Tether's shady. Do you want to know why Tether's not going to go under? Well, number one, they got a big ex-crypto guy from the White House there helping them out. Number two, they keep helping out governments. They help out the Thai government here and the U.S. government here, recovering $12 million in a scam. This joint operation led to the arrest of 73 suspects and highlighted blockchain transparency and combating crypto crime. So again, think about that. Tether is also working with governments. They're doing whatever they can to stay on the government's good side. Now, BTC dips below 100,000 for the third time as liquidations top $500 million. Right now, we're looking at BTC at 98.3, and as BTC goes down, you know it's going to take the rest of the market with it. In October, the coin set a new record price of 126, but then, we know what happened. People be selling off. Crypto is what everyone pumps and dumps. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Notably, institutional participation and whale activity have diminished, and ETF outflows continue, showing that the key forces needed to drive a sustained rally are still absent. Yeah, rates are too high. The job market sucks. The government shutdown screwed up a whole bunch of things that we're going to have to digest here over the next couple months. We don't have any real regs going. And I know you're saying, well, BTC's got the golden pass. Yes. But the entire crypto market would get a big boost from Rigaroni's peeps. So now everything is in the red. So how did that Canary Capital XRPC ETF launch? There you go. Right up on the screen, melting faces. Got to a high of way up here, almost $27, and now back down to $25. Not looking so hot for the debut ETF product, which is down 6% from open. So yeah, you wanted some hot melting faces action. Guess what you got? You got your face like on the burger heater over at Wendy's. You know that little red lamp where they put the 3-4 hour old burgers on there? That's the melting faces that we're experiencing right now. XRP price, well, yeah, more pumps and dumps, more melting faces, and you're seeing a sharp decline right here in the last 24 hours. Look at that. All the gains that were made on the ETF optimism hope now have gone away. Why? What's the point of having a freaking ETF of something if the thing you're ETFing doesn't even have regs yet? Right? I mean, regs are kind of key here, everyone. And with the government shutdown going as long as it did, they may have pooped in that cereal bowl. And you didn't know about it, and you still got to take... Well, now you know about it because you're watching the video. So what are we learning? Well, on Twitter and on YouTube, you're going to see people always talk about melting faces. Oh, this is it. The reality is economic conditions suck right now. The job market sucks. Housing market sucks. We've got some nasty inflation numbers that we got to worry about. We've got, regs on hold here for a while. That's not good. And Jerome Powell and the Fed might not even cut rates in December because, well, they're not going to get the reports they need to make a good decision. And as I shared with you in the past, would you drive your Porsche Turbo S without any of your gauges working? Hell no, you wouldn't. And that's a Porsche Turbo S. Imagine now the entire economy. Yeah, they're going to be cautious. Could we still get a cut? Yeah, but the odds are diminishing daily, just like the price action and, oh, melting faces, girlfriend. But wait. 120 billion, specifically 193 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. So who's making money? The exchanges. Strawberry protein shake topped with honey. Someone just got done working out and did a video. That's right. Nice and easy. 4.5 miles today in the books with my big doggy who's asleep on the floor behind me. Why am I bringing it up? Well, because you need some positive news, don't you? And that was positive. I mean, the Grayscale thing is positive. I think that's cool. That's something I might get into. I got to look deeper, though, into their financials, see how they're looking money-wise. Do they have enough cash? Who's going to be some of their big backers here? That might be one I get into because they're all about digital assets. That'd be a cool way to spread it on out through an ETF. Speaking of ETFs, that XRP Canary Capital ETF is sure a big piece of crap-a-roni right now. I know, it's just day one, but for real. Is that the day one launch you were expecting? Is that the day launch you were told about? Sorry, dog was sneezing. I don't know. It's frustrating. We're all just digesting the fact right now that government shutdown lasted so long that it really may have screwed up regs for 2025. And if they do want to debate it, awesome. I'll share it with you. It's just, it looks bad if the government debates crypto regs, but doesn't debate shutdown stuff. People are going to be like, government, where's your priority at? And I know for us, we're like, yo, bro, we need the crypto regs. I get it. But zoom out for the rest of the world, and they're like, you're going to work on crypto regs first before budget stuff? Where your priorities at, homegirl? I know. So, poop sandwich that we got to chew. And remember, my job is to bring you the news, good, bad, happy, or sad, no matter what. So, we're going to keep an eye on prices. We got some discounts. BTC under 100,000 is scary. The ETF is a big nothing burger so far. And, well, you know the deal. Choo-choo, bitches.